Okay, brake line update. So I thought yesterday I had it because when I was pumping the brakes when it was off, all of a sudden they got really stiff and good. But so I tightened the line back up, and then a little later I got in and started it to test it again. And when I started it, then the brakes were soft again. So I thought, well, apparently I didn't get all the air out. So today I loosened up the brake line going to the back left, well, the right side from the driver, which is the line that broke. And this time, once I loosened it up to see that there was a little bit of fluid coming out, then I had Amy start it and pump the brakes. And then more fluid came out, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of basically foam came out, so you could tell there was air coming out. And then after a little bit, that went away, and it was just liquid again. So at that point, we turned it off. I tightened it down, wiped everything clean around it on the inside where the brake line comes into the cylinder, and then she started it back up, pumped the brakes, and there was no leak. And then I got in and I determined that the brakes felt normal then. So I then drove it up and down the driveway some and tested the brakes, and it all seems fine now. There was a little squeak, but see, I haven't been running it, so we'll have to see what that squeak is. But it wasn't there yesterday, so I'm thinking it might be some of the rust. I was cleaning off the rust on the inside, and I'm not surprised. I couldn't get it all out. I need something fine to get in there, but I'm thinking once it goes on the road, that stuff will just blow out of there. Okay, so that's a little update on bleeding the brake line at the connection, because the bleeder valves are broke off, so I need to deal with that later. But for right now, they're basically welded in there with rust, so they're not leaking. They're just not coming out, and at least I got the air out of the line. Okay, a little update on that little trick my father-in-law mentioned I should try, because it's just too late in the year. I don't want to tear it apart and change the cylinder at this point. But maybe in the spring, I'll take it out. If I can get the bleeder valve out and put a new one in, great. If I can't, order a new cylinder and put that in. But for right now, we're up and running and we're safe.